Mabrika. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely beautiful. Looking good, Pluto.
Good morning. We're at Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point this morning. We're taking a look at the bridge over here to see how long this walk is actually going to be.
So we made it over to Lookout Cay, and here is a look at the bridge. Now you do have to walk from the ship over to the beginning of the island, which is right over there. And this is a half-mile walk, and it looks a little intimidating, but there's also nothing around it. So we'll see what it is once we get on it. But from everything we hear, it's about a 10 to 15 minute walk. And then from there, you have to take another tram. So all in all, you're probably looking at least 25-ish minutes, if I had to guess, maybe 30 minutes from the minute you get off of the ship to the minute you are at the main hub of the island. So we're gonna grab some breakfast now, then we're gonna rope drop to that island. We were able to get off right at 8:30. So that's what we're gonna do. Outside the elevator, they have these screens with a little bit of information you need to know, like the all aboard times for guest is 4:45. You need to make sure you have your key to the world card and a photo ID. So we had our quick breakfast at Cabanas. Now we're making our way over towards the lobby atrium, then we're gonna head downstairs and get off the ship.
Now I know that bridge looks long and it is a 10 to 15 minute walk, so if you aren't able to do the walk, you can go over to guest relations and ask for assistance, and they will drive you back and forth on a golf cart. And they also do have free like red wagons and strollers for like kids if you do need that as well.
All right, we are off the ship. We're on the island of Eleuthera, and we're about to take that walk. Just wanted to call out the little red wagons they have here if you want to put your kid in it along with your stuff. Someone just grab one. They have these for you when you first get off the ship. They also have strollers. I think they're on the other side.
Hold on, I'm gonna get my phone out because I want to time this walk. Let you guys know exactly how long it takes us.
Got a little ship maintenance going on here. They're always cleaning the ship, which I find amazing. They're always on top of everything. We got some island music playing already. We're turning the corner, and it is time to do this long walk. Here we go. Now I will say, and we didn't complete it yet, so we'll see how long it actually takes, but the walk looks worse on video and photos that you see on social media than it does in person. Might sound crazy. Usually things look worse in person, but I will say the walk doesn't look as intimidating. We're also two able-bodied 30-something-year-olds, and like Alex mentioned, if you need assistance, you can get a golf cart ride to and from. You just have to schedule that ahead of time with guest services, but I don't think this is gonna be too bad. We'll see. Also, as you're doing the walk, make sure you turn around. You get a fantastic view of the Disney Magic or whichever Disney cruise ship you're sailing on. Now, one thing that would be nice, and I know a lot of people have said this already, but it would be nice if they did have some shade. Now, today's not a super sunny day. We have some cloud coverage, but on a day where the sun is beaming, this would be pretty hot.
If I'm able to do this pregnant, you guys can do it too. So far, it's not that bad.
One thing also that I think they could improve on, other than the shade, would be some benches along the way. So if you are someone that walks a little bit slower, you maybe have some mobility issues and you didn't get the golf cart, it would be nice if they did have some benches along the way where if you needed to stop for a couple of seconds and take a breather, you can. Also want to say right now we don't have any kids with us. Obviously we have one on the way, but if you're a family traveling with a bunch of bags and things like that, I could see how this could be a little bit of a stressful situation. But if you're like us, just the two of you with some backpacks and bags, I don't think it's as bad as everybody makes it out to be. So we are 5 minutes into the walk. I guess you can call this the halfway point. They do have a water station here where they have some cups and a little water station like you would see over on Castaway Cay. So if you do need some water, they have some about halfway through the walk. And speaking of golf carts, there's an example of one coming back now from dropping off a guest. You can get these if you request them. They also have photographers here to take your picture with the cruise ship in the background. All right, we made it to the end.
We made it to the end, and it was literally just under 11 minutes.
So 11 minutes for us, and we made it here. Now from here, you have to take a tram, which I believe is about 10-ish minutes long. Thank you very much. And when you make it to the end, They have crew members giving out cold towels. Thank you. Thank you. So after you go through security, they have a couple little buildings here. This is where it looks like the charter boat check-in is. There is a building for restrooms, and it looks like they do sell some drinks over here as well. And then there's the first and last chance stand where you can get a little bit of merchandise, but there's a bigger store with a lot more items. Here's a lay of the land. Here's a map of Lookout Cay, so you can kind of see where everything is. This is where we are right now, and so we have to follow this path via the tram, and that's going to take us all the way over here. Also, if you have a Mabrika Cove cabana, the check-in for that is right after security over on your right-hand side. Mabrika, on this fine day by the aqua-colored sea, welcome to a Bahamian paradise, Disney Lookout Cay. Here are some of the original characters, the inhabitants of the island. Look at him. That is so cute. We have a crab, we have a seagull, looks like a lizard or a gecko of some sorts, a butterfly, and this guy. You can also see that a lot of the plant life is still coming in. These are newly planted trees and shrubs, so as the island grows and in years and years times, this is gonna look absolutely beautiful. It already does, but it's gonna look even better in years to come. And here's what I mean, like about the trees and everything. You can see this is like a baby tree. It even still has the straps holding it up. So this is how new this island is. It's only about a month old. So a lot of this is gonna look very, very different in years time. These trees are gonna probably cover this wall.
Mabrika, my friends. A very pleasant good day to you all. Welcome to Disney Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. My name is Tracy, and I will be your host for our short tram ride to the beach areas of our tropical paradise. Just a few reminders as we get started. For your safety, remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the tram. And please, supervise your children. There's so much to know about this place that I brought along a couple of young friends to help me out. Say hello to Lizzie the curly-tailed lizard.
Thanks for letting me tail along, Tracy.
And Sandy the land crab.
Hello, everyone.
I bet you two know a lot about Lighthouse Point.
We sure do. We were born here.
Tell us a little about it.
Ooh, I know, Miss Tracy. We're on the southern tip of the island of Eleuthera, in the Bahamas.
That's right. Do you know why this place is called Lighthouse Point?
Because a lighthouse was built here a lot of years ago.
That lighthouse is still here today. Our guests can see it when they walk the nature trail. Anything else about the island?
We have pink sand on the beaches.
Why is that?
I like pink. Lizzie, the color comes mostly from the crushed shells of microscopic insects.
And when you get off the tram, this is where you pick up your towels. Over here. Thank
Mabrika.
you. Hello,
Morning,
Mabrika. So we made it over to the Goombay Cultural Center, the Goombay tram stop. They have guest services. Here is Disney Tings, which is the main gift shop, the main place to get merchandise, and they have a lot of cool things.
And to your right is Rocky Point, where you can rent bicycles. This is the Spirit jersey I've been eyeing.
That's pretty.
Yeah, and I like the hat and even the shorts that go with it.
Yeah.
I just like that pattern.
Yeah, I like the color too. Also, by the way, I thought it was going to be way more crowded over here by the merch.
Well, we're here early.
Yeah, but still, I thought a lot of people would be getting off and running right for the merchandise. There's the Spirit jersey. I like that orange shirt too. Looks like there's a tumbler as well. They have a Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point hoodie. There's a couple of more hat options here. It's like a sun hat. Now we're gonna head inside Disney Tings. We're not gonna show every single piece of merch. We'll just kind of give you a brief overview of what you can expect. Here's some Minnie Mouse shirts here. Some more t-shirts, a button-up. I like this cup. Look at the design on this cup. This is really neat. You have Mickey playing the guitar, serenading Minnie. If you're into collecting ornaments, they do have a Lookout Cay Christmas ornament. I know a lot of people are into Disney pin collecting, and there are a bunch of Lookout Cay pins over here, and then I think there's some more on the other side. Ooh, look at this pin set. it's all the different characters. So there's Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Goofy, and Donald. There is a lot of merchandise. Our friend Connor is rocking this sweet fedora over here. They have some bags, pants, more tumblers. Ooh, I like this quarter zip. That's really nice. They have a Disney Cruise Line Lookout Cay polo shirt.
I was saying this is nice too.
Yeah, I like that.
It's like a really lightweight material.
Yeah, they also have these t-shirts with all the different characters in their Junkanoo style. It says Disney Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point on the back. They have one for Mickey, Minnie. Here is the Goofy one with that on the back. There is Pluto and Donald. And these are really cute. They have Minnie Mouse plushes in the same outfit that she wears here on the island. And there's also Mickey ones too. Here's another t-shirt. This one's pretty cool. A little bit more subtle. They have this one as well. Then there's a bunch more. I mean, there are a lot of different t-shirts. We're not gonna be able to get through them all. Here's another one. So plenty of shirts to choose from. For $79.99, they also have this Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point spirit jersey. There's only a couple of these left, but they have a Loungefly of the Mickey Mouse Junkanoo outfit. And in that same design, they have Mickey Mouse ears over here, and then this is a look at the back. It says Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. Directly across from Disney Tings is Treasures of Eleuthera. And these are some like more homemade things. I want to say they're made by local artists. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll get clarity. But they have these really cool bags.
Over here they have authentic Bohemian different gifts that you can get. These are all like hand stitched. Look how cute they are.
These are really cool. Look at Mickey Mouse right here. This is over at Treasures of Eleuthera. Look at Stitch. Very, very cool. They have all little pieces of jewelry over here. Some artwork, which I'm assuming is by local artists. They also sell Bahamas coffee roasters. Also over here at Plates and Pleats, you can get your hair braided. Right next to Treasures of Eleuthera, they have this photo op with the Mickey Mouse background. Check it out, it's a crab. There are so many crabs here. We've seen so many so far.
It's so cool.
It is really cool.
They're everywhere. So they built boardwalks here because there had to be minimal environmental impact. So it's like for conservation of the land. So you'll see like there's all different boardwalks that weave in and out to get you to the places that you want to go.
And like I was saying before, when we first got on the island, you can see a lot of the plant life and greenery, the trees still growing in. So it's gonna be really cool to come back here in like a few years time, come back in like 10 years, and this is gonna look completely different, similar to like how Castaway was, how Animal Kingdom was when that first opened too. So our first little snack stand that we came across here is Sensational Smoothies. It looks like it's not open yet. It is only 9 a.m. So a little bit early. Here's a quick look at the menu. They have some frozen drinks. That pineapple pleaser sounds really good. A Dole Whip based drink with marshmallow and graham crackers. Honestly, all these sound really, really good. Wow. I will say so far, first impressions, very, very pretty. Like, it's just beautiful here. The weather's great today. I do kind of like how everything is laid out so far. It is a completely different feel from Castaway Cay. And like I mentioned, a lot of the trees and everything are gonna grow in over time. So this is gonna look even better as the years go on, but so far I like it. Now, it is a little lengthy to get over here to this part of the island. You do have to take the tram, you do have to do that long walk. So from ship to getting over here is a little lengthier than if you were to go to Castaway, but once you're here, it's beautiful. Right now we are walking past True True Barbecue. I believe there is a True True 2 barbecue as well. And then there's plenty of seating behind this pavilion too. We are here on the Magic, obviously, so I'm curious how the seating compares if you were to come on some of the bigger chips, but we'll be checking this out later on. So over at True True, it looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little shaded areas with fans where you can sit. And just an FYI, I'm sure this is not the only one on the island, but if you have a service animal with you on your cruise, next to True True Barbecue, they do have a little area over here where your dog can go to the bathroom, which is pretty cool. I don't remember seeing this on Castaway, so I don't know if they have that over there but if you need it, it's here.
Everything is so new here that you can literally smell the fresh wood from like when they built everything. It's like crazy how new everything is.
Over here is Sebastian's Cove. This is where the kids club takes place on the island. Here you go. Sebastian's Cove is for children ages 3 to 10 years. It also has a note that says this feature is exclusively used by Disney Cruise Line guests visiting Disney Lookout Cay. And they also have a splash pad over here. This is really cute. I have a feeling the kiddos would absolutely love hanging out here. So you could drop your kid off at the kids club on the island. They do a very similar offering over on Castaway, but this is cool. I love all the little figures. This guy's my favorite guy from the Little Mermaid ride at Magic Kingdom, so glad he's getting some love over here on the Lookout. Here's an example of those walkways. So you can't walk directly to the beach. You got to take these walkways over here because the deal with Disney getting a chance to build here was they needed to have minimal environmental impact. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely beautiful. The sand, the beach, this is incredible. Absolutely stunning. So we came all the way to the far right. There's a bunch of chairs over here. There's no chairs on the actual beach over here. And then you do have to take one of these ramps to get down by the water. So it is about 9:30. We came all the way down to the far right. Like I said, we're close to the Play Pavilion. We're somewhat close to True Barbecue as well. And there are plenty of open seats. I mean, we're literally the only ones here aside from like one person. So if you're looking for a spot where you can easily get a chair, now again, we're here on the Magic, a lot less people. I don't think you're gonna have to worry about chairs regardless, but if you come all the way down to the right, it is like a ghost town over here. It's really, really serene. We're on the hunt now for one of their specialty coffees. We heard good things about those. We're at the watering hole. We're gonna see if they have it. So here's a look at the menu, and there is the coffee we're going after, the Bahama Brew. It's a cold brew with Hawaiian Island coconut cold cream. They also have a Junkanoo latte, which is lavender, vanilla, and cold brew. A couple of zero-proof drinks, cocktails. Looks good. And these are really popular. You get your drink inside of a pineapple sipper, and then you get to take this home with you. So I did try the Junkanoo latte, and honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I did try the other one, the Bahama cold brew. Our friend got that, and I didn't like that one at all, so I decided to change and get this one, but I don't think I would get this again.
So we're about to get in line to meet Minnie and Mickey in their Junkanoo outfits. I can't wait because Minnie looks so cute. She even has like a little purse with her. So hopefully we get to meet both of them right now.
Hello, Minnie!
Your
oh my gosh.
Is adorable.
Absolutely beautiful.
Where can I get your purse? I love your purse. So cute.
Minnie sewed it herself.
Yeah,
she made
Maybe
it.
You can make me one. Very talented.
Wow.
Yeah? Thank you.
Just looking out for the vote.
You look great, Minnie. Hey, Mickey.
Your new island is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
So nice. Thanks for having us. We love your new outfit. Looking good.
So nice.
And just to give you a sense of where we met Mickey and Minnie, it was over here right next to True Barbecue, and I believe this is where all the character meet and greets are going to take place. Later on, we'll see Goofy and Pluto. I will say from our experience, it's a little bit more laid back with the character meet and greets. The lines do fill up and they will close the line, but they don't close as fast as they do when you're on the ship. So we were able to meet both Mickey and Minnie together. Here they come. There's Goofy, Chip and Dale, and Pluto.
Hello.
Hello.
Good. Yeah.
Looking good, Pluto.
Very good indeed. Well, our very first game. I actually know that every single one of you have played this game before. Yes, but when Goofy heard all about this game, he really decided to take it to the next level. Now, here in the Bahamas, everything is about possibility, beauty, and having fun. And what better place to do that than right here on the beach? Take a look around you. Now, this game is all about
I'm so glad we got to see all the characters. They just do like fun, different games with the kids.
Yeah.
So and it's in the shade, which is nice.
Yeah, we didn't show too much of it because there's a lot of kids. I don't like to show kids on camera if I can avoid it. So I'll put a couple of clips in, but it was really, really cute. Like it was a fun show. It's still going on, but we're gonna head back to our chairs, relax a little bit more by the beach, and then the Junkanoo show is at 12. So we'll show you guys that in just a couple of seconds.
All right, I think we're gonna go take a dip in the water because it is so hot out, and the water just looks so refreshing and like crystal clear blue.
It does. So we're gonna get in there. Like I said, we have the Junkanoo celebration in a little bit, but it is too hot and that water looks too good. Also, this is a pink sand beach. It might be a little bit hard to see. I'll try to get a better look at it, but there's all little pink dots in here. It kind of looks like pink Himalayan sea salt. It's so nice. I don't think I've ever been to a pink sand beach before. So this is a first, and this is beautiful.
Water is so nice. It's like the perfect temperature. You could see right down to your feet. It's crystal clear. This is my type of beach water. It's rare that I just walk right into the ocean, you know?
This is very nice. I mean, I don't even know if I've ever been to a beach this nice. We've been to beaches in Hawaii and they were nice.
The Hawaii beaches were really nice.
Yeah,
too.
true.
But this water is like crystal clear. It's clearer than Castaway.
Definitely. And we were saying we heard the snorkeling isn't that great here, but this is like perfect water for snorkeling. You can see, you know, right down to your feet. There are some reefs out here, but we did leave the snorkel gear back on the ship because we heard, you know, there's really not a whole lot to see. But yeah, so if anybody else watches this video and does snorkeling, let us know if it's worth it for when we come back. Yeah, this water is so nice. And like we keep saying, I know I've said this a few times, we are kind of off on our own. Like obviously there's some people behind us, but the middle section of the family beach is way more crowded, and we're just kind of here almost like in our own like Serenity Bay type situation. But this is a great spot to come. We are making our way over to the Goombay Cultural Center for the Junkanoo celebration. I've seen some videos of this. It looks really cool.
Yeah, their outfits looked amazing, and we actually found out that all of the outfits are made out of paper and like cardboard.
Yeah, like Junkanoo, turning junk into something new. Who would have thought? But we're trying to find exactly where we need to go. We're still kind of getting used to the lay of the land. It is very easy to navigate, but it's only our first time here. So the Goombay Cultural Center is actually right behind Disney Tings and Treasures of Eleuthera. It's kind of tucked away back here, so you got to take one of these little wooden ramps to get over that way, but it's right behind the merchandise location.
How are you doing today? Alright, everyone. Well, my name is Sapphire, and I'm so happy to see you all here at Lookout Cay. We are currently in our Goombay Cultural Center, and you are all here for a rush. That's right. In America, we call it a parade, but here at the Bahamas, they call it a rush. So I want to see everybody up. Now, if you joined us for our workshop, we learned about Junkanoo. We learned that it is in the winter time here at the Bahamas, but we all know it doesn't get cold enough to call it a real
Junkanoo.
Are we?
Let's go. We gotta do it. Come on, follow the crowd. What'd you think of the Junkanoo?
I loved that. It was so cool to see their outfits. Like, you could just stand there all day and look at all the details. It was awesome. And then the music was like really loud and fun. My favorite guy was the guy that was just playing like the conch shell. He was so cool.
Yeah, I thought the Junkanoo show was really, really cool. It's amazing that those are all handmade costumes. So I would recommend you don't miss that if you're coming here to Lookout Cay. It's kind of like the only little show type of thing that they do other than the kids like games that they did with the characters. So I recommend you definitely make sure you go see it. They do it twice a day. They usually do it at 12 and then a little bit later on. So you have 2 chances to see it. Now it is going to be the moment of truth. If you've heard anything about Lookout Cay, you probably heard that there are a lot of flies when it comes to the food situation and that the food situation is not great. We're gonna go get lunch now. We've had multiple crew members tell us that the fly situation has improved and it's no longer a problem. So we're gonna see firsthand for ourselves if it's gotten any better. So here's a look at the menu at True True Barbecue. They have some fish options, mahi-mahi, salmon, chicken and seafood rice bowls. They have barbecue ribs and rotisserie chicken and burgers as well. So we'll see. We're about to get in line. Hopefully no flies. So we are at the barbecue station over here. This is where they have burgers, chicken sandwiches. They have all the toppings, a Texas potato salad, tomato cucumber salad. I don't see a single fly over here, so we're off to a good start. Here are the burgers, chicken sandwich, hot dogs. Over here they have a grilled pineapple and black bean salad. And over here is some ribs, mac and cheese, french fries. And again, no flies. No flies over here. They also have some broccoli, curry, corn on the cob, and rotisserie chicken. Now this is where you get the chicken and seafood rice bowls. I don't know if this glass splash guard was always here, but either way, I'm not really seeing any flies. There's also plantains, yuca fries. Looks pretty good. And then the last station is some fish. There's some more broccoli. Alex thinks this is fried okra, corn on the cob. I see some salmon over here too. And this is out in the open. And again, no flies. So the fly situation has far, far improved from the beginning. So they've since installed these fans over here. They have some of the fly ones on the tables, but not every table has it. Like we don't have one. And our food is just out in the open right now, and there are no flies around. So I think we can say with confidence that they've improved the fly situation. Our server told us that they sprayed, and it definitely seems like that's the case.
Okay, so I tried a little bit of almost everything. I got the spicy chicken sandwich that I only took 1 bite of because it was actually very spicy. It was too spicy for me, but everybody else at the table really enjoyed it, I think. But if you are sensitive to spice, it is spicier than like you would think that it would be. I got the ribs. The ribs were delicious. Like the meat, depending on which rib you got, like it either fell off the bone or sometimes it was a little bit harder to cut, but it was very tasty. I got the fried okra. That was really good. I just got some french fries. Oh, I did try the seafood rice bowl. I enjoyed that as well. On the side, you can either get plantains or yuca. I tried the yuca and I was really looking forward to it, but unfortunately it was very dry and didn't have like enough salt. So I wouldn't suggest the yuca, but the rice bowls are a good option. And then lastly, I got one of those big giant chocolate chip cookies. 2 thumbs up for those. So good. I
also tried a little bit of everything. I had the spare ribs, the barbecue ribs. Those were excellent. We also had the burger. Now the burger was a little bit on the dry side, and I do think that the burgers that they have over at Castaway are a little bit better. What else did I have? I had the chicken rice bowl, and that was decent. Again, like I don't think I would necessarily get it again. But my favorite thing that I had was the spicy chicken sandwich. If you like the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's, you will like this because it was basically the exact same thing. The yuca fries were stale. The broccoli was pretty good, and the corn. The corn on the cob was also a little bit on the stale side. So everything was kind of like hit or miss, and that's usually what happens when you have a buffet. But I would say about half of the items I ate were good, and the other half were just okay on average.
But I do appreciate the variety of food that they have here. I feel like there's definitely more like to try and more of a variety of food compared to Castaway. But yeah, I mean, like Matt said, I think there was some really good stuff, and then there was some stuff that I would probably pass on the next time. And I don't know if we mentioned this already, but the fly situation is so much better. Like there was a few flying in while we were eating, but nothing like the videos that you guys probably saw, the same videos that we did. Like people were literally had like their plates covered and were eating like this in some of the videos. We did not have that problem whatsoever.
Something else too to note, there is very limited seating. Now there are 5 of these pavilions that are behind me, but there's not a lot of tables in these, and the entire middle section of the pavilion is empty. So we're here on the Magic, which is the smallest Disney ship. I can't imagine what it's like if you come on like the Dream, which isn't coming here right now, but either the Fantasy or the Wish. The seating situation is definitely going to be a little bit tougher. So I would come on the early side, or I would go super late so that you miss like the main rush. But yeah, the seating situation is not great. There's so many places to sit for, you know, beach chairs and everything like that, and there's so much open space here on the island. I don't know why they didn't add more seating for the barbecue. So don't know how it is at Serenity Bay or True True 2. I would assume it's the exact same thing, but over here at True True, the seats are very limited. Look how crowded it is further down the beach. If you're willing to walk about 2 extra minutes, you can have this view with barely anyone here. So Alex is currently laying down and relaxing. I think I'm gonna go check out the nature trail, which is to the left here towards the reef and rec bar. I'm not really sure what to expect as far as the trail goes. I know it goes out towards those cliffs, but let's just go see what it's all about. So we're hitting a little bit of a fork in the road. I think I'm gonna go to the right. I have a feeling this brings you back towards the beach. So we're gonna hang a right here, head this way. By the way, another service animal bathroom station over here. Let's see what we got. Came across an informational sign that tells you all about land crabs. A lot of these over here on the island of Eleuthera, including this guy. He's my favorite. I do have to say, this is an absolutely beautiful island, and especially as all of this vegetation and trees starts to come in, it's going to be even prettier throughout the years. I will say there is not a lot of shade because the trees are so new, but it's beautiful nonetheless. All right, now I am on the back side of Sebastian's, the kids club play area. So I don't know if I'm going the right way. Yeah, I got this far and this sign is telling me the nature trail is to the right. Now, does that mean the trail is to the right? Like, is this the trail and it just keeps going to the right? Or if you keep going this way, is there a starting point? Or does this just kind of run along the backside of the island? I don't know. I think the point of the nature trail is to head out towards those cliffs that were on the far side of the beach. So I'm gonna turn around and we're gonna head that way. Again, we're learning. This is all new. This is brand new. I am so confused because I followed all the signs for the nature trail and it led me to the beach. Now, I don't think this is where you're supposed to go. So how do you get to this nature trail? Like, am I stupid or like what's going on here? I don't know. The signage is not that great. So I came from this bridge, followed the sign, went up this path, and now I don't know where to go. And here's why I'm confused. I followed the signs over this bridge and I came up this way, right? So that would lead you to believe you should probably keep walking down this paved path. But no, there's a sign here that says nature trail and it's pointing me back towards where I just came from. So I went back down this way, followed the paved path, and it led me to the beach. Now there's this non-paved path that's here, and I have a feeling this might be the nature trail, but at the same time, this arrow is pointing to the left. So what is happening? I don't know. I think I'm gonna walk here a little bit and just see, like, am I even supposed to be over here? There's no sign that says you're not allowed to come this way, but very, very confusing. I'm glad that I just saw that sign because I just felt so stupid. I'm like, how do I not know where I'm going? But literally, I think I'm on the nature trail now. and the sign is pointing in the opposite way. So maybe not all the signage has been installed yet. I don't know, but I see another informational plaque, so this definitely is the nature trail. This is about the money bat moth, another one of the characters that you'll see over at the front when you get off the tram. So here we are. We are on the right path, no pun intended. Certainly recommend wearing closed-toed shoes. You could probably get away with sandals, but if you have the ability to bring sneakers or anything like that, I recommend you do. And you can see this area is still unfinished. I believe they've just recently opened this. Looks like something is going to be going in the middle over there. And over here is curly-tail lizard. Believe her name is Lizzie. You have a fork in the road. I don't know which way either one goes. So I am going to hang a right and we'll just see where we end up. This is kind of nice and relaxing, I will say. Not a bit of shade, so you're in the direct sunlight. Just keep that in mind. And again, you definitely want to make sure you are wearing sneakers or appropriate shoes for walking. I'm actually glad Alex decided to hang back. It's not I don't want to say it's a difficult walk, it's a pretty easy walk. There are some uphill sections to it, and it is a little bit rocky on the ground. You are walking on sand and gravel and kind of undeveloped land. So kind of glad she stayed back, but I can see the lighthouse off in the distance. And I said lighthouse in quotes because I believe this is the lighthouse, even though it doesn't really quite look like a traditional lighthouse. So there is a QR code over here. There's a few of these throughout the trail where you can kind of scan and see what each thing is. Most of it's about trees or a certain type of animal, but I'm going to scan this and see what it says about the lighthouse. So when you scan it, the QR code says Disney Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point gets its name from this lighthouse, which has stood watch over the shores of Eleuthera since 1901. Throughout the history of the Bahamas, ships have carried cargo to and from the islands, including food, mail, clothing, and fertilizer. A beacon of light from this lighthouse could be seen between 14 and 20 miles away, making it possible for ships approaching Eleuthera at night to avoid becoming stranded. Though a new beacon powered by solar energy now takes care of this important aspect of safety, the structure of the original lighthouse still stands to honor its place in Bahamian history. Here's a closer look at the lighthouse. Right there, you can see a light right up top. And there it is. This structure has been around for over 120 years. There's also a water station over here. There's a few of these along the way. Definitely much needed. It is super hot. That's pretty cool. That's a piece of Bahamian history right there. 123-year-old building. I'm glad I got to see it. Nothing super spectacular. I don't think you necessarily need to go out of your way to experience this if you're coming to Lookout Cay, but it is cool if you're into history and if you just wanted to get, a nice, picture of the actual structure that this island is named after, go for it. And just like that, we made it back to our starting point. It was a little bit of a struggle, but we did it. We're a little bit further down into the family beach. There is another bar over here. This is the Bow and Ribbon Bar. Looks like this is where True 2 barbecue is. They have all the different huts where you can eat, and then Serenity Bay is down on the far side of the island.
We didn't get to make it over there today, but honestly, where we were, if you're looking at the ocean and you go all the way down to the right where we were, that was basically Serenity Bay to us. Like, there was nobody over there, plenty of seats, the water was beautiful, and then if you looked to the left, more of like where the family beach is, we were on the family beach too, but like if you looked more to the left, there were so many people in the water. So I really suggest, if you don't want to go over to Serenity Bay, to go all the way to the right where we were.
And once again, all the way to the right is still considered the family beach. It's not a second adults only area. It was mostly adults over there because it was very quiet, but you can absolutely bring your family and head all the way down to the right side. So the time is 3:43. We're gonna start making our way back towards the ship. All aboard is 4:45, and pro tip, you absolutely need to leave a buffer to get back to the ship. It takes longer than it does at Castaway, so you can't just get back to the ship in 10 minutes. Give yourself at least 30 to 45 minutes to get back. And right by Disney Tings and Treasures of Eleuthera and guest services is the Goombay tram stop. So it is right here. You get on the tram and this will take you back to the first drop-off point where you'll walk back to the ship on that slightly long walkway. By the way, these are all the different strollers that they have for you complimentary to use while you're on the island. Now begins our walk on the pier back to the Disney magic. Now, like I said, if you're able-bodied, it's really, really not that bad. People were making a much bigger deal about this than you probably needed to. Now, I don't remember if I said this when we were walking onto the island, but the reason that this pier exists in the first place is because Disney wanted to have as little environmental impact as possible. There's a lot of coral reef that is closer that way, and if Disney were to dock right at the end of where this pier was, they would have had to destroy all of that reef, and the Bahamian government would not have liked that. And Disney decided, you know what, we're gonna build this pier, and like I mentioned, it's really not bad. A lot of people were making a huge deal about it. I think they're being a little bit dramatic. Again, if you're able to walk, if you could walk a half a mile, if you can go to Walt Disney World and walk in the parks, you can easily walk this pier. People love drama.
And if you aren't able to, if you have mobility issues, whatever the reason may be, they do have the golf carts that will bring you back and forth. So they do have other options as well.
And again, make sure you bring sneakers, tennis shoes, whatever you guys call them, with you. It makes the walk that much better. If you're doing this in sandals that are rubbing against your feet, giving you blisters, of course you're gonna complain about the walk. So if you're able to bring, you know, water shoes, sneakers, something comfortable that you could change into, it makes it so much better. All right, so we just got back to the room. It was exactly a 9-minute and 52-second walk. Again, I don't think it's that bad if you're able to do it. Now, I know some people are a little bit more mobility challenged. You do have the golf cart option, but again, we're gonna keep this a little bit on the briefer side because we're gonna do a whole video dedicated to our thoughts and reviews and best tips for Lookout Cay. But overall, I like the island.
I do too. I liked it a lot more than I thought that I was going to.
So did I. It's not as Disney as Castaway Cay is. It's not as like in-your-face Disney. Castaway Cay has that like 90s Disney feel, like similar to what you used to have in the parks.
Mm-hmm.
Lookout Cay doesn't have that. It stays a little bit truer to the Bahamian culture.
Mm-hmm. Which is what it was meant to be.
Right.
So, you know, I'm fine with it not being completely Disney. There's definitely Disney touches, but that's what is more like Castaway Cay. This is more like Bahamian with Disney touches. It's definitely more of like a relaxing time in my opinion. You know, there's the show, the Junkanoo show, which I definitely suggest that you watch if you haven't seen it. And then they have like the beach bash with all the different games for the kids, and you can meet some of the characters in their Bahamian outfits. But other than that, there's not like a ton to do. Like at Castaway, they have like the slides, there's the snorkeling, you can rent bikes. You can rent bikes here too, but I just feel like Lookout Cay was more of like a relaxing beach day. Yeah. So it's nice. You kind of get the best of both worlds with the two islands.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there are some activities if you want to do them. They do have excursions that you can book. But if you're looking for like a true, simply beach day, Lookout Cay is great for that. Yeah. And the beach is stunning. It's hard to say there's a nicer beach than Castaway Cay, but I think Lookout Cay is far and away the nicer beach. And that's saying a lot because Castaway is like beautiful pretty much perfect. But the pink sand was amazing. The water was crystal clear blue. Yeah. It was so nice. So honestly, I liked Lookout Cay better than I thought I was going to. I thought the walk was going to be a problem. I don't think it was. Even the tram ride from the Mabrika to
the
Goombay and vice versa, a lot of people were saying it was a 12 to 15 minute tram ride. It's not. It's about an 8-minute tram ride.
Yeah,
so
it really wasn't long at all.
Yeah, it's not as drastic as people are making it out to be, and that's why I wanted to, you know, sit down for a couple of seconds and talk about this because a lot of people are, I don't want to say trashing Lookout Cay, but they've had a lot of issues. Now, granted, there were things in the preview cruise and the first couple of cruises that were real problematic. The flies. If we had that fly situation today for lunch, it would have probably ruined my day, if I'm being honest, because from what we saw in the past, you like couldn't eat the food.
Yeah, no, it was like atrocious.
Yeah, and you're out in the hot sun, you need to eat lunch and make sure you're drinking and everything, and if the flies were going to be that big of an issue, it would have totally ruined our day. Yeah. We saw maybe 5 flies the whole time we were there.
Yeah,
it was great.
And we've heard from crew members that they have been spraying, so it's definitely working because there was no flies on the food, like at all. So I'm very glad that they like handled that situation. because it was a big problem in the beginning.
Yeah, and I thought, not that I thought our servers were just saying that to kind of cover up for the mistakes, but I didn't necessarily believe them until I was going to see it with my own 2 eyes. Our server Apollo said that they did spray, and they definitely sprayed, because there's no way all those flies just disappear like that. I know that was a hot topic. Were they going to spray? Does it go against some of the conservation stuff they were trying to do? But I think at the end of the day, Disney realized if we continue to have this issue, people are not going to want to come to this island. And we just invested all this money to develop it, and we have new ships going here and all these other things. We need to do something about it. So I'm glad they took care of the fly situation. Lunch is no problem now. You will not have an issue unless things drastically change, but you don't need to worry about that. I will say my only issue with lunch, and we didn't have a problem ourselves because we were able to get a seat relatively quickly, but the seating situation is very limited. And you would think you having multiple barbecue locations, each with 5 pods worth of tables, there was a lot of people just kind of standing around with food and waiting
for a table.
And like I said, we're on the Magic. If you don't know, Magic is the smallest ship. The Magic and the Wonder, 2 smallest. So like I said earlier in the video, if you're here on the Fantasy, or if you're here on the Dream one day, if you're here on the Wish, I don't know what that is going to be like. Like, that kind of scares me if we come back on another ship. So I would either eat literally the second the food gets put out, or wait until, 12:30, 1 o'clock, eat like a later lunch closer to 2, so that you don't have those issues. But that was my only complaint.
And then another problem I was seeing in other people's videos that went on either the preview cruise or some of the earlier cruises is that they were confused about where things were because some of the signage wasn't available yet. We also didn't have that problem. All the signage was there.
Except for my nature trail.
Well, that's a different story. But there are maps, there are signs pointing you in the right direction. All of the gazebos had like the names on it so you knew where to go. So that also is no longer an issue as well.
Yeah, so like I said, we're going to end it here with our thoughts. We're going to carry on, get ready. We have Tangled tonight. We are eating at Lumiere's, and it's going to be a fun night.
Yeah, I think also the Magician's going to be in the adult
only.
He's going to be in Fathoms tonight, and then there's also 2000s music trivia. So cross your fingers. Maybe we'll win a second time.
Hopefully. And like I said, we are going to do a full breakdown of Lookout Cay. We're going to talk about every single detail of it in a future video, aside from this one. So if you're not already subscribed, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on that. But for now, we're going to go get ready for dinner, shower, change everything, and we'll see you guys in a couple of seconds.
All right, so we showered. The shower after a beach day is always the absolute best. We definitely got a little crispy today, but we changed. We're going to go up to Cove to grab a coffee before the show because it's been a long day in the sun.
Now, just so you know, I don't think we said this earlier, you can get just like regular coffee over outside of Cabanas at like the soft drink area. They do have regular coffee, but if you're looking for like lattes or anything special like that, we recommend to go to Cove. Coffee's in hand. Time for the show.
Yes, this is much needed. Also, the salted caramel coconut latte that I usually get, this is the first time I got it iced, and it is so good.
So the show tonight at the Walt Disney Theater is Tangled. We can't film during the show, so let you know what we think once we get out. Alright, it's time for Lumiere's. We just sat down at Lumiere's. Here's a look at the menu. This is our least favorite menu of all of the rotational ones. And our assistant server, David, is extremely honest, and he told us to avoid the pasta, which is what I was looking at. So we'll see. We'll see what we're gonna do. All right, so we just got out of dinner, and tonight we were in Lumiere's, and we've said this in the past, the Lumiere's menu is not our favorite menu. So take that with a grain of salt, but we both had the brie to start. That was always good.
Yeah, that's something that I've gotten in the past, and I always enjoy it, and it was good this time as well.
We also both got the French onion soup, and that's always really, really good too.
And that's something that I've gotten in the past as well, and it was just as good this time.
I also got a salad, which was just okay. The dressing was very, like, oily. So I wasn't crazy about the dressing. And then for our entrees, you got the Chateaubriand.
Yes, which I've also had in the past, but like Matt said, this isn't our favorite menu entree-wise, so
Yeah.
I didn't really know what else to get. I know in the past I've tried the salmon, but I didn't really feel like having salmon tonight, so I went with the Chateaubriand, and it really wasn't that bad. It was pretty good. I feel like it does need more of whatever that like brown sauce is on top, because if you don't have that, it could be a little bit dry tasting.
Right.
Now, do take into account that I always order my meat medium well, so I don't know if you order it more rare, maybe it would be better. But I did enjoy it tonight. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, and I tried a piece of Alex's, and I honestly liked it. So I kind of wish I did get it. I did opt for just the lighter fare sirloin steak, just because I've had the Chateaubriand in the past, and I wasn't crazy about it. But like I said, yours I thought was pretty good. So maybe the next time we're back, either at Royal Court on the other ships or here at Lumiere's, I'll give that a try. So we made it back to the room. We are both extremely tired. Being out in the sun all day long totally knocks you out. But we had a great day over at Lookout Cay. We had a pretty good dinner. We got to see Tangled the musical, which is one of our favorite shows that they do on Disney Cruise Line. Got another great magic show too with Terry Ward. It was an awesome day. So with that, we are going to call it a night. Tomorrow is a day at sea, so there's a lot of fun activities that take place. And you could really do whatever you want. You can like totally veg out by the pools if you want. You can do trivia to your heart's content. We're gonna kind of be doing a little bit of everything tomorrow. There's a couple of firsts for Disney Cruise Line, for us at least, that we're gonna experience tomorrow. So I'm excited to check those out.
Yeah.
Enjoy a little bit of time by the pool as well, and just kind of soak it all in since it is our last full day.
I can't believe it's like coming to an end already. I feel like we just got on the ship.
I know, we were saying that before.
And I think that's why we love doing the 7-night cruises, because it just gives you so many more extra days to do everything that you want.
Yeah.
But we have had an amazing time, and I can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a fun day. So if you enjoyed coming along with us today, make sure you give the video a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel down below so you don't miss out on all of our future videos to come. And let us know down in the comments if you've been to Lookout Cay, what you thought of it, or if you are going to Lookout Cay in the future, what you think. It was fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the island.
Yeah, and like I said, we're going to do a whole video breaking down Lookout Cay in the future, so keep an eye out for that. And with that being said, we will see you guys real soon.